Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Network Plus course. In this lesson, we'll delve into the key disaster recovery metrics and examine different types of disaster recovery sites. First, let's discuss the DR metrics, which are essential for defining the objectives and measuring the effectiveness of your disaster recovery plan. Recovery point objective. Imagine you're working on a critical project and suddenly your computer crashes. How much of your work are you willing to lose? That's essentially what Recovery Point Objective, RPO, addresses. RPO defines the maximum acceptable amount of data loss measured in time. For instance, an RPO of 1 hour means that in the event of a disaster, the organization can tolerate losing up to 1 hour's worth of data. Recovery Time Objective. Now, think about how quickly you need your computer to be back up and running after a crash. That's the essence of Recovery Time Objective, RTO. RTO defines the maximum acceptable amount of time that a system can be down after a disaster before business operations are severely impacted. For example, an RTO of 2 hours means that the organization aims to restore services within 2 hours of a disruption. Next, let's talk about mean time to repair. Imagine a scenario where a server fails. MTTR measures the average time it takes to repair a failed component or restore a system to full functionality. This metric includes the time spent diagnosing the issue, procuring necessary parts, and performing the actual repair. Lower MTTR values indicate a more efficient repair process, which is crucial for minimizing downtime and maintaining business continuity. Lastly, we have mean time between failures, MTBF. Think of MTBF as the average operational time between consecutive failures of a system or component. For example, if a server operates smoothly for 1,000 hours before encountering a failure, its MTBF is 1,000 hours. Higher MTBF values signify greater reliability and longevity of equipment, which is essential for reducing the frequency of disruptions and optimizing maintenance schedules. Now that we've covered the key metrics, let's move on to DR sites. There are 3 primary types: cold sites, warm sites, and hot sites. Cold site. Imagine having a backup office space that's just a shell. No equipment, no data, nothing installed. That's a cold site. A cold site is a backup location that provides the necessary space and infrastructure to set up operations in the event of a disaster. However, it lacks the pre-installed hardware and data, meaning it requires significant time to become operational. Warm site. Now, picture a backup office that's partially equipped. Some hardware is installed, and data backups are stored, but it's not fully operational. That's a warm site. A warm site offers a balance between cost and recovery time. It has some pre-installed equipment and data, allowing for a quicker setup compared to a cold site. However, it still requires additional configuration and data restoration to become fully functional. Hot site. Finally, imagine a fully equipped backup office that's ready to take over operations at a moment's notice. That's a hot site. A hot site is a fully operational backup facility that mirrors the primary site in terms of hardware, software, and data. It is continuously updated and synchronized with the primary site, allowing for immediate switchover in case of a disaster. While hot sites offer the shortest recovery times and highest availability, they are also the most expensive option. In conclusion, understanding and implementing effective disaster recovery concepts is crucial for ensuring the resilience and continuity of your organization's network operations. Thank you for joining us today, and see you next time.